Welcome to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. If you're on a mission to be more frugal with both your time and money, you're in the right place. In this podcast, we talk about topics that help enhance living a frugal lifestyle. The goal is to save time and money where we can so that we can use the rest on what matters most to us. We talk a lot about both time and money management so that we can waste as little as possible on both. We do this while also embracing a progress over perfection mindset. If that sounds good to you, then please stick around for the latest episode right after a few quick words from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by FX's The Veil, starring Elizabeth Moss. FX's The Veil is an international spy thriller that follows two women as they play a deadly game of truth and lies on the road from Istanbul to Paris and London. One woman has a secret, and the other has a mission to reveal it before thousands of lives are lost. FX's The Veil, now streaming, only on Hulu.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. This is my weekly meal plan episode. This episode comes out every Wednesday, and in it I share with you my family's meal plan for the upcoming week. It's just kind of like a motivational episode to either give you some ideas or help you get motivated to get your meal plan together. I have a blog post that goes along with this that comes out the same day every week on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. And in that post, you can find links to any of the recipes that I mention in the episode if it sounds like something you would like to include in your weekly meal plan. Meal planning saves me so much time and so much stress and saves a lot of money because I'm buying exactly what I'm going to be making. So that's the reason why I share it with you, to either help you get yours together or just to kind of motivate you to just see like what an impact meal planning can have on your life by knowing what you're going to have for dinner in advance and not having to think at the last minute and buying random ingredients at the grocery store that you may or may not end up using. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, May 4th. For Saturday, I'm making creamy Italian Instant Pot chicken breasts from the reciperebel.com. I love making this recipe. It's so easy. You put the chicken breast in the Instant Pot with chicken broth and you cook it. I think you add some seasonings first. Then you take it out and you make a little like creamy sauce with like cream and pesto and some other ingredients. Put the chicken back in. I like to slice up the chicken and then put it back in so that it's in like kind of serving size portions, and it just comes together so quick and easy. And then as a side dish, I'm going to be doing easy rice baked casserole, which is from foodnetwork.com. I actually have a video of this on my YouTube channel if you're interested in seeing how to make it like in video style and what it looks like when it's done. But that's one of our favorite side dishes to go with that Instant Pot Italian chicken breast. So for Sunday, I'm going to be doing chicken, sausage, peppers, and potatoes. I haven't done this in a while, but this recipe calls for cooking it in the oven, but I actually have an electric countertop roaster oven. So I will be using that. I just throw everything in there. It's so easy. It's just, I use bone-in chicken thighs, some Italian sausage, cut up potatoes, peppers, and onions, throw some olive oil and some seasoning in there. Just let it roast for a while. I think it usually takes, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. It roasts for a while in there and it all just kind of blends together and it's so good. So that's what we're going to be doing for Sunday. For Monday, I'm going to be making a simple Cobb salad. I don't have an actual recipe link to share for this. This is just the basic ingredients for Cobb salad that I'll be putting out and everyone can kind of make their own. I'm going to put out romaine lettuce. I'm going to grill some chicken on the grill. I'm going to cook up some bacon, put out some avocado, hard-boiled eggs, croutons, and then some salad dressing, and everyone can just throw together their own salad however they like it. For Tuesday, we always do some Mexican themed meals. So this week we're going to be doing nachos, homemade nachos with ground beef, which is from theseasonedmom.com. It's just your typical ground beef nacho recipe. You put the nachos with cooked ground beef on top of them with some cheese, bake it in the oven, and then I put out a bunch of other toppings like some salsa, some jalapenos, some sour cream, avocado, all that kind of stuff. And everyone can just kind of top their own nachos how they like them. For Wednesday, we are going to be doing creamy Tuscan salmon shrimp pasta. This is from simply-delicious-food.com. I have a recipe of this, not a recipe, I have a video of this recipe on my YouTube channel. Also, if you want to see how I make it, I kind of sometimes skip some things and take some shortcuts when I cook recipes. This one I actually like to chop up the salmon rather than keep it whole because it mixes kind of nicely into the pasta. But this is a really simple meal to make on a weeknight. We usually do seafood on Wednesdays, so that's when I usually make this. You basically just cook up some salmon, cook up some shrimp, and then you make like a nice sauce with some butter and some, I think it's like white wine and some cream. Does this one have white wine in it? I forget. It might just be, no, it's with this one, it's just butter, cream, lemon juice. And then you put the shrimp and the salmon back in. And then I like to make fettuccine with this meal. And the recipe calls for you to kind of serve it with the meal, with the food, like the salmon and the shrimp on top of the pasta. But I actually just mix it all together so that the pasta gets coated in the sauce from the shrimp and salmon sauce that is made in that recipe. And it comes out really good that way. For Thursday, we try and keep things simple. I've been doing some crock pot meals. This week, I'm doing breakfast for dinner. I do that a lot. I do soup sometimes, but this week, we're going to just be doing a simple breakfast for dinner. I'm going to make turkey bacon in the oven, which is from brended.com. I'm also going to be making some scrambled eggs, some home fried potatoes in the air fryer. And lately, when I make this, I've been putting out flour tortillas, and you could make like a breakfast burrito with it, which I really like. I put like some of the turkey bacon and eggs and then some of the potatoes, peppers, and onions that I make in the air fryer on it, and it just makes a really good breakfast burrito for breakfast for dinner. So that is for Thursday. Then Friday is the last day on the meal plan. We're going to be doing cast iron ribeye steak, which is from feelgoodfoodie.net. This is just a technique to make ribeye steak in a cast iron skillet. I used to do it under the broiler, but I stopped doing that because I almost caught my oven on fire twice doing that. In the summer, I do cook it. I'll be cooking the steak in the summer a lot on the grill. And then I was doing it in the air fryer for a while, but I do have a cast iron skillet that I hardly ever use. So I decided to start making the steak in there, and it actually comes out really good. So when the weather's not super nice where I'll want to do it on the grill, I'll continue doing it using the method in this recipe. And then for a side, I'm going to be making cauliflower au gratin, which is from allrecipes.com. This recipe uses cauliflower that's cooked a little bit. It calls for boiling it for like 10 minutes, but what I actually do is put it in a bowl with a little bit of water and microwave it for 10 minutes, and it gets it cooked enough to kind of where it needs to be to do the recipe, where you mix it then with sour cream and cheddar cheese and stuff like, I think that's pretty much mostly it. And then you top it with panko breadcrumbs and bake it in the oven, and it comes out really good as a side. It goes really well with the steak too. So that's it for this week's meal plan. Like I said, you can find this full meal plan with links to any recipes that I mentioned on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. And I've started posting some of the videos on my YouTube channel that I've made of some of these recipes. So I'm going to try and build that up over time, doing what I can, but I do have a few up there if you're interested. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you back here next week.
So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast. Those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.